Nestled at the foot of a grand mountain range, there lay a small and peaceful village. The air was always fresh, carrying the scent of pine and wildflowers. The villagers were simple folk, content with their lives in the valley. They farmed the land and tended to their animals. Life was quiet and predictable, much like the gentle flow of the river that wound its way through the village. The mountains, however, held an air of mystery. They seemed to touch the sky, their peaks often shrouded in clouds. The villagers rarely ventured into their shadowed slopes. They believed the mountains held secrets best left undisturbed. They were content with the familiar rhythms of their lives below. In this village lived a young boy named Kai. Unlike the other children who dreamt of becoming bakers or carpenters, Kai harbored an unusual desire. He longed to fly. Kai would spend hours gazing up at the birds soaring effortlessly above. He envied their freedom, their ability to touch the sky. He would often climb the tallest trees at the edge of the village, pretending to be a bird himself. He would flap his arms with all his might, imagining himself lifted into the air. His heart would pound with a mixture of excitement and longing. He was determined to experience the freedom of flight. Kai's dream, however, was met with skepticism and amusement from the villagers. They would chuckle and shake their heads, finding his aspirations impractical and childish. "Flying is for the birds," they would say, urging him to focus on more realistic dreams. But Kai refused to be discouraged. He knew deep down that his desire to fly was more than just a childish whim. It was a yearning for something more, a longing to experience the world from a different perspective. He continued to nurture his dream, even when faced with disbelief. Not everyone doubted Kai's dream. His best friend Maya believed in him wholeheartedly. She was a kind and imaginative girl, always ready for an adventure. Maya encouraged Kai to never give up on his dream. She would spend hours listening to him talk about his desire to fly, her eyes shining with excitement. "I know you can do it, Kai," she would say. "You just need to believe in yourself." Maya's unwavering support was a source of strength for Kai. It fueled his determination and gave him the courage to continue pursuing his dream, even when it seemed impossible. Section 5. Taking flight amongst the clouds. One day, while exploring the foothills of the mountains, Kai stumbled upon a hidden clearing. In the center stood an ancient, gnarled tree, its branches reaching towards the sky like welcoming arms. Something about the tree called to Kai. He felt an invisible force pulling him towards it. As he touched the tree's rough bark, a surge of energy coursed through him. He felt lighter, as if gravity had loosened its grip. He looked down to see his feet lifting off the ground. He was rising. Kai was flying. He soared through the air, the wind whipping through his hair, a feeling of pure joy washing over him. He had done it. He was flying. Section 6. Discovering Skyhaven, the City of Dreams. As Kai flew higher and higher, he noticed something peculiar in the distance. A cluster of shimmering buildings seemed to float amongst the clouds. Intrigued, he flew towards it, his heart pounding with anticipation. As he drew closer, he realized it was a city, but unlike any he had ever seen before. This was Skyhaven, the City of Dreams, a place where dreams were not just fantasies, but tangible realities. The city was inhabited by people who, like Kai, dared to dream the impossible. They welcomed him with open arms, recognizing in him a kindred spirit, a fellow dreamer. Section 7. Lessons in the Sky. In Skyhaven, Kai learned the true power of dreams. He discovered that dreams weren't just whimsical thoughts, but powerful forces that could shape reality. He learned to harness the power of his own dream, to believe in it so strongly that it became real. He trained with the Skyhaven dwellers, learning to control his flight, to soar through the air with grace and precision. He learned about the importance of courage and perseverance, the unwavering belief in oneself that was essential to achieving one's dreams. One day, a storm gathered on the horizon, casting a dark shadow over Skyhaven. This was no ordinary storm. It was a storm of doubt, a test for those who dared to dream. To master his dream, to truly believe in its power, Kai had to face the storm head-on. He had to prove that his belief was strong enough to withstand even the fiercest of doubts. Fear gnawed at Kai's heart. The storm was powerful, its dark clouds swirling with an ominous energy. He thought of his village, of the people who had doubted him. He thought of Maya, her unwavering belief in him. He knew he had to face his fear, to prove to himself and everyone else that his dream was real. With a deep breath, Kai took flight, soaring towards the swirling heart of the storm. The wind howled around him, trying to tear him from the sky. Rain lashed against him, blinding him, threatening to extinguish his spirit. Doubt whispered insidious words, trying to shake his resolve. But Kai held on. He remembered what he had learned in Skyhaven, the power of belief, the importance of courage. He pictured Maya's face, her encouraging smile, her unwavering faith in him. He dug deep within himself, finding a wellspring of strength he didn't know he possessed. He flew through the storm, his spirit soaring higher than ever before. The storm raged around him, but it could not touch him. He had faced his fear, conquered his doubt. As he emerged from the storm, battered but triumphant, the clouds parted, revealing a sky washed clean. Below him, Skyhaven shimmered in the sunlight, its inhabitants cheering his victory. Kai had proven himself. He had mastered his dream. He returned to Skyhaven, his heart filled with gratitude and a newfound confidence. He was no longer just a boy who dreamed of flying. He was a boy who had touched the sky. With a bittersweet heart, Kai bid farewell to Skyhaven. He knew it was time to return to his village, to share what he had learned. He swooped down from the clouds, landing gently in the familiar clearing. The villagers gasped as they saw him, their faces a mixture of disbelief and awe. Kai, once the object of their amusement, had returned, his dream a reality. He told them of his adventures, of Skyhaven, and the lessons he had learned. He told them that dreams were not meant to be dismissed, but nurtured, believed in, and pursued with unwavering courage. And as he spoke, he realized that his journey had only just begun. He had touched the sky, and in doing so, he had inspired others to reach for their own dreams.